but I wanted you to see the real me, and show you that this is a real hustle. There is no sort of glamour. There's no, oh, I'm sitting up here on this pedestal looking down and actually I've already achieved it looking back. This is a real honest account over the next 4.5, 5 months. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to the very first episode of McCall Media TV, whereby over the coming months I'm going to take you into a real analysis behind the scenes of what it takes, the effort, the time, the money, the energy, the commitment to actually plan and launch a successful YouTube channel from 0 to 1,000 subscribers and those all important 4,000 watch hours to be able to get to a point where I can monetize my channel. I'm going deep into every single influencing factor that I think has a major part to play in the make or break or ultimate success of my YouTube channel actually making it and establishing itself. And just because, you know, that isn't hard enough as it is, I'm actually going to try and do this in less than 5 months, and there is a reason in my madness. The reason being, before my girls break up from school on Friday the 17th of July, and yeah, life will go straight out the window in that happens. There's no one really showing you the struggle that they're going through whilst they're in the struggle. They always look back and reflect, and I think a little bit of that is because people have pride and they don't want to be publicly humiliating themselves, shall we say, if they were to fail in their efforts. But me, forget all that. I'm just, what you see is what you get, and so I am doing a really true honest account. The platform that YouTube is nowadays, February 2020 or March 2020 when I actually get this going, is a completely different platform to when they started. For example, when I really started to knuckle down and start investigating how I'm going to do this, it was about October, November last year, and in November YouTube announced that they are going to calculate the public watch hours only as part of the 4,000 hours that go towards your YouTube channel being monetized. Now, if I'd have done this a year ago, that means I could have put a lot of private videos, I could have been sending them to my clients. All those watch hours would have been adding to that 4,000, not anymore. So already in the time period that I've decided to do this, my parameters that I'm working towards have changed and shifted. And I think walking the walk and talking the talk is absolutely fine when you've established it, but there's nobody really out there showing what it's like on a daily basis whilst you are trying to establish yourself and having to juggle all these parameters that keep changing. I basically launched this channel 2.5 years ago in November 2017, I think it was. Was lacking a little bit of confidence, was at the tail end of basically burning out after 25 years of freelance sole trader work for myself, and basically was going to give this a go but wasn't quite executing it. It was a bit rushed, wasn't really where I wanted it to go, and then I went in and put all my videos to private and basically stopped overnight. So that's pretty much the only thing that is giving me a little bit of a head start right now, is that I don't actually have to wait 30 days for my channel to exist before I can customize my URL. I'm looking at the financial aspects of what it's costing me to launch this channel. I'm going to do a monthly analysis on both my income stream if I ever get there. I'm going to show you what it's actually costing me, both in time, money, effort, energy, my production line, or I have a multidisciplinary skill set, shall we say. I've done a lot of video editing, again, not my key expertise, but if it's out there and it's a creative digital technology, chances are I've learned how to do it. I have running a small sideline venture for whiteboard animations, designed expo stands, done graphic design for businesses. I've done a little bit of branding, although that's not my key expertise. Digital sales funnels, wrote books, published business planners, built pull-up banners, run networking events, you name it. If there's a creative digital technological component to running a sole trader type business, I have done it. And of course, all of those things have come with lots of bumps in the road. I've had to learn about the accounting side of things and any problems that might come. GDPR has come on the scene. So I have an absolute world of knowledge, and one of the biggest problems I actually had was how I focused this down, and that is why I've chosen to launch my YouTube career with this channel, whereby for the first season I am focusing on just what it takes to get that channel up and established, and only those skills and expertise relevant to that task are what I will be blogging about. Everything else can go on the back burner. And my childhood upbringing was one of both my parents were sole traders. So I then pretty much, after a few years of working in the travel industry, realised that I wanted to be a master of my own time and energy, as it were, and I pretty much registered as a sole trader late in, I think it was 1999 actually, although I'd done odd bits off and on, I think, and that basically paved my way through uni, and I actually quit the whole travel industry to study computing to be a software engineer, which I never ended up doing. What I ended up doing was wanting to travel, so I ended up using my technology skills to fund my lifestyle while I went travelling. So I managed to bridge the gap between two passions of mine, and I did that for a long while. So basically coming into the UK, grabbing some clients at networking events. This was all at the time that the internet was booming. It was the thing to have. I mean, when I started out doing this, people still had dial-up modems to connect to the internet on a regular phone line. Okay, at the time I started this, I'd only just purchased my first mobile phone. I am old, I know, but I just wanted to put in perspective that obviously the industry changed, life has changed. I've then obviously had a family, a recession has hit, and I've had less time, and I was still working the same business model, and it just didn't work with a young family. People were paying less because things like WordPress had come along, and you know, with a little bit of computer savvy, could just figure things out for yourself. And then suddenly there was the outbreak of social media, and that put a whole new twist on how you marketed yourself online. Is that right now I am filming this right at the end of February, with a goal to launch my YouTube channel on Monday the 2nd of March, if I've got the date right in my head. In the UK, the financial year starts in the beginning of April, on the 6th of April. So my business, as far as the government is concerned, that's the date that I am officially allowed to trade. Not that I'm going to have any products, any services to sell. I am focusing 100% on just getting to this first major milestone. I have a part-time job, which is basically how I'm bootstrapping this, and I've got a whole entire bootstrapping video coming up with you after this first episode, where I'm basically going to look behind the scenes as to what it's costing me, how it's costing me, and how I'm affording this business launch. I do work 25 hours a week. I have a family to run, I have a house of commitments, so I've also done a huge thing on my own time audit, what is realistically, and there was a major difference between what I wanted to do and what was real, and I've had to find a way of basically seeing what's feasible, and the gap is quite huge, and I'm still not doing what I want. I'm doing what I can, and there is a difference. So if this sounds interesting to you and you're just really curious or extremely nosy, you are totally welcome on my channel. I want you to ask me questions. I'm launching the hashtag AskMcCallMedia on Instagram and Twitter. So if this sounds interesting, I do really ask you to support me. I have got a mammoth mountain to climb, but every business starts somewhere. I want you to come on that journey with me. Please click on the subscribe button and obviously the little bell to stay notified as to when I publish my videos. My videos are going to be published every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. I wanted it 5 times a week, but there's just not enough time in my life to accomplish that. So I've settled reluctantly for 3 videos a week, which should do me and serve me well, but it's still not quite what I wanted. And that's where I'm at. I've changed my house around, I've made my girls share, so I've got an office. You name it, I have put all of the background research, preparation and thought into launching this business in 2020, using all my years of worth of expertise that I possibly can to make sure that absolutely nothing stops me. I will hopefully reflect back in about 6 months or 12 months time and think, God, thank God I'm not there anymore and I am now where I am. Make sure you hit that subscribe and I'll see you on my next video, which is all about how I'm bootstrapping financially this business. Ta-da for now. Bye. I can't even say that. A multidisciplinary